What a view. And I'm looking forward to climbing this.
Usually we would park at the Moel Siabod cafe, but they're only doing 2 hours parking now. I think they're also doing overnight parking. But you go inside there, pay your £10.
Put your ticket in your window.
Put the ticket in the window.
Yeah, hi.
Off you go to Moel Siabod. So welcome back to the channel. This is another adventure with Zoe. We are stood on the very busy A5. There's the Moel Siabod cafe there. And we're going to walk up to the top of Moel Siabod. And it's this way. So you need to cross over the road from the Moel Siabod cafe. Cross over the stream. And then you're going to sort of follow this track around to the left, and it walks alongside the stream. But yeah, stick around. Zoe's never done Moel Siabod before.
Never, it's my first time.
Your first scramble as well.
Looking forward to a scramble.
But yeah, we'll get back to you in a short while. So when you get across that first bridge, Moel Siabod cafe is still just over there. You've got this sign here that says Bryn Engen, if that's how you say it, and then you've got a sty on that side, or a swinging gate that side. You need to go left here, back down towards the stream, and follow this little path. But hopefully if you come this way, you've brought your own OS map. It's always good to have your own map of the area. So this just follows next to the stream for a while. It's quite a nice route at Moel Siabod. I've done it a few times, winter and summer. It's not the best path, is it, Zoe?
No.
It's a lovely woodland though, all this moss. Yeah, Moel Siabod says the lesser walked mountains in the Snowdonia range, and it's got probably some of the best views you'll see in Snowdonia, in my opinion. We'll let Zoe judge that in a bit.
Oh, yes, I love the view from Snowdon. And Capel Curig.
So we've come to the end of that little part of the woodland trail. Only took what, 5 minutes, Zoe?
Yeah, not far at all.
And then you're back on a track like this. You just want to stay on this track then. And so you get to these stairs, starting to leave the river behind now, and just head up. So we've just come up and over there. Instead of going to the right, which I think you can still go that way, follow it down and back towards the river slightly, and then you follow it round to the right. Soon we'll be away from that road, Zoe. No more traffic noise.
Bit full now, Gary.
Well, these routes are slippy.
They are.
Still by the road, get to this little sign. You can go straight down there. Let's go the proper way, Zoe. You can go that way, just a 30-second shortcut. Let's stick to the path. But this will take you sort of back down towards the river. I don't think we could have got across this bridge. Zoe, maybe It's gated and locked. Because we parked not far from here. But yeah, it's gated and locked bridge. So we're going to go right back down to the river. And we're going to follow it round. It probably would have been easier to go that other route down. Oh, you're right. We could have walked across there. Okay, so just left of that hotel where this waterfall is. If you have parked where we have, then don't walk all the way down to the Moel Siabod cafe. Cross over at this little bridge and then join the path straight here. Nice work, Zoe.
Yeah. Well, it's like a route on the way back.
Yeah. If we would have gone that other route there as well, we wouldn't have noticed that little shortcut.
That is very true. So I came that way.
This will get you ready for some of the scrambling we've got to do in a bit at the top. Ugh. That's where that other track would have brought you down. But we're following the river again now. We're just about to cross our first little sty. It opens up now a little bit into sort of farmland, but just sort of keep following the trail. You can't really miss it. Enjoying it so far, Zoe?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's getting very hot. Both got our jackets off now. When we started it was raining a little bit.
Maybe in my vest top soon.
It's hot, isn't it? It's humid.
Very humid.
Look at our first view of Moel Siabod. Right in the distance over there, that little point you can see sticking out. That's where you're headed. Up to the top of there. The ridge does look a lot more daunting from here than it actually is, so don't worry, you can do it, it's easy. As you pass this house, 2 routes sort of to take. I don't know if they've cut the grass, but cut straight across the field towards a little wooden bridge. You'll see it. Okay, so we've just walked past that house. Follow this little marker. If it's not there, just walk across the cattle grid. Going to be following this round to the right. You're right, Zoe.
Yeah, I knew.
Did you nearly fall down the cattle grid?
I did. I did, my first time.
So there's another access point here from the road.
Oh, yeah.
There's the A5 again, just down there. Just follow this round. So you've walked down this little road a little bit, then you want to head up here. It says private road, no cars or bikes. I'm just going to walk up here, I believe. I think the footpath goes up here. Yeah, there's the sign. Moel Siabod. Just about read it.
Yeah.
Watch your feet, Zoe. That's a deep one. It's a deep one, that is, Zoe. Oh, chickens. Hello, chickens. So after walking that very steep road and getting sweaty, the footpath starts here. Private path, private path. not a private path. Dogs must be kept on a lead. There's a lot of livestock on this walk. Ooh. But we're already thinking shorts.
Shorts.
Your face is very glowy.
Yes.
Is mine?
Very hot.
I'm sweating. But I think when we get to the next nice little area with a view, we'll sit down, have a little break.
Get changed.
Get some shorts on. It's very humid today.
Very humid. Wasn't expecting it to be this humid.
No, neither was I. So we're walking up this trail still. You're going to get to the holiday cottages, which we've both just been saying would be amazing to stay at. Plus it cuts out a lot of that steep nasty road you've just had to walk up. And we've both gone shorts mode now. Feeling much better, you Zoe?
Yeah, so much better. So muggy.
Hold on, have you changed your top as well?
Yeah,
Oh.
top off.
Top off. Get it all off. Siabod cottages. Looks really nice. Oh. But yeah, you can't really go wrong now on the trail. The scenery's opening up behind us as well. Not just Zoe, the scenery. So we're going to carry on walking. So there is no mistaking now which way you're headed. Keep on this straight path. Get very sweaty. Just keep heading up. You're going to kind of go round and up to the quarry first, where we're hoping there's a little stream.
We can wash our faces
Oh, that'd be nice.
in nice cold water.
I'm looking forward to that. Maybe have some lunch as well.
Yep, fuel up.
So that's Moel Siabod up there. Skies are looking quite dramatic. I'm kind of glad it's not blazing sunshine.
Would have been too hot.
We've come to our next sty. There was one that went to the right, which is just there. That's the sort of route we're going to be coming down. So if you want to follow our route, go across this sty with a big gate, there's not one up there, and head towards the quarry. We're at the edge now. Should we go and sit down there, Zoe, somewhere, and go and sit over on those rocks maybe?
Yeah. I think we should have our lunch before we head up.
Yeah, definitely. Maybe have some lunch now. No point having lunch when your energy's gone. Let's have it now and fuel up. Wow. So we are leaving the lovely lake behind now. We've named her Lynn Zoe. It was unnamed on the map. We've had some lunch.
Yes. Feel fueled up and ready to go.
Yeah, jacket's back on. We'll probably be off again in a bit. The scenery is amazing. And it's going to keep getting better. Had a little bit of rain, but not much.
Not nice.
Woo! A little camp over there would be nice, wouldn't it?
On that ledge.
Yeah. It's very deep. Looks like if it would be difficult to get out if you did have a swim.
Yeah. Over there, maybe.
Yeah. That wasn't someone falling in. Two kids over there chucking some boulders in. Yeah, keep climbing.
Keep climbing.
Go around this lake. Keep climbing. There's the end goal up there. Can't see the summit from here, but it's up there. Our first rays of sunshine, Zoe.
Yay! Nice.
Some blue sky up there. Some sunshine. The greens are starting to look like Jurassic Park green again.
Yay.
So on this little bit here, if it's a, I don't know, a drier day than us, if you walk through there like those people are walking, you're probably going to get very wet, boggy feet. There's a little stone trail that skirts around this section and then meets up back up with it over there, which is what me and Zoe are doing now. Hopefully keeping out of that bog. Still enjoying it though, Zoe?
Yeah, it's really good. Very pretty. Lots of different terrain to walk on.
Yeah. Relatively flat though on some parts, wouldn't you say? Like, you don't feel like you're climbing all the time.
No.
But we're going to be climbing definitely soon.
Looking forward to it.
So we have just come from over there, gone through the bog. What you need to do now is just in front of us here, there's a little trail that runs along there and then up the ridge. So once you get to about here on the path, it's time to start sort of just making your own way up. There's plenty of ways to go up, and you can usually see the change in colour in rocks. The ones that people have walked on, they're slightly browner and they've got scratch marks on from when people walk up this way in the mountains. You can see some scratch marks here. So if you feel like you're going off route and you can't see any scratch marks, you have gone off route. But once we get up onto the ridge a bit more, it's easier to navigate. Coat off, Zoe?
I'm hot.
Let's do this.
I'm gonna get hotter. Okay.
You can see here's the path. Loose stone, brown bits, scratches on the rock. Those are all signs you're going the right way.
What scratches?
Yeah, so the crampon
Yeah.
scratches. See what I mean in her, Zoe?
Yeah.
Nice big chunky rocks to hold on to.
Yeah.
It's not
Thin.
It's not thin like it looks.
Just spilt drink all down my back. Hey.
So we've made it up to almost the top. We're back on the ridge. So we're just going to head up this now. Ooh, it's a good view. Not far to go, Zoe. Not far to go. Let's do it. Zoe, nice work. You do. So we've very nearly made it, Zoe. I can see the summit just there. There's a family on it. And do you know what I love about this mountain? I'm not slating Snowdon. Well, I am
No
a little
queues!
bit. Snowdon's a really lovely mountain. Been up it 20 times maybe. But you've got a queue for the summit. There's litter, there's everything all up on top. Whereas here, it's just a few people. No litter so far. No queue for the summit. Okay, we made it to the summit.
Yay!
Woo! I hope you can hear us. Very windy.
So windy, I'm having to hold on.
But this is the summit. The views are amazing from up here. Oh, Snowdon over there, Fan over there. Oh, it's beautiful. So the summit is behind Zoe, or the shelter is, and we're going to head down this path. Like I said before, you can kind of tell the path because of the loose stone and the orangey brown colours. But we are going to head down now. It's very windy, cold. Yeah, do you want to change your trousers? No, you're all right. But we're going to try and quick time down it because we're hoping to have a lovely meal in Tyn-y-ccoed. So we better get down. Let's run, Zoe. Let's trail run it.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go. Okay, let's not. The wind has died completely here, but I know as soon as I climb this, I'm going to be right in the wind again. Let's find out. Not that bad. Huh? Yeah? There's the ridge we've just come up. Over there. It's nice, this ridge, isn't it? Oh. You can walk down the side bit there, but we're going to stay on this ridge for a little bit and then we're going to drop off it. Oh. Honestly, the scenery from up on Moel Siabod is amazing, even on that day. So we've just down climbed off the ridge because you only get so far and then have to down climb over there. And like we said earlier, we are on a mission for food. They do amazing food there. I'll let you know the name of the place later. I can't remember. It's a hotel.
Big restaurant.
But look at those views. If only we had our mountain bikes now, Zoe, we'd be down in what, half hour?
10 minutes.
I wouldn't want to bring it up here though. Wouldn't fancy carrying it up. Look at those sun rays over there. see the top of Trifan over there, look. There's two rocks, Zoe, on top of Trifan.
Yeah.
They're nicknamed Adam and Eve.
Yeah.
And you're on top of the mountain, but you can step over them. You can do a jump from one to the other.
Oh wow.
Would you do it?
Oh wow.
It's only that much of a step, but you're up on top of a mountain.
Have you done it?
I've done it, but when I was a lot braver, when I was about 17 and 18.
I don't know if I do that.
The sun has come out now. It's even more beautiful, would you say? Very cool bird up there. Anyone knows what that is, let us know. Yeah, beautiful sunshine now. Every time I'm filming, Zoe, you almost slip, which is good, because at least we'll capture it. But, you know, how are you doing?
I'm alright. That was okay. Quite graceful.
Very graceful.
It's just very shaly and
Wish I would have left my shorts on there, like you. But this trail follows it all the way down. We'll let you know where it leads out when we get closer to the bottom, but it will definitely be onto the A5. Whether it's close to where we parked, we don't know yet, but we'll sort that out. So we've come to a forest road. There was a little fork just back there and it went left. That will take you back down towards the A5 and the river, but well away from where we want to go. So we're going to walk down this fire road. So if you have followed our route and you parked in a similar place, you might want to do this to save your legs a bit on the way back. Oh, so flat. So yeah, we're going to keep walking down this, and then this will meet up with a footpath, and then we'll carry on that footpath, and it should take us back to that original bridge where we crossed over opposite the Moel Siabod cafe. But we'll get back to you when we either see something more exciting or we're at the bridge. Okay, we've come to another fork again by that big exposed rock. Two forest tracks, one with a gate, which is right there on the map if you can see. So we are going to go along that way because we parked over here. So we have just passed the Moel Siabod cafe. You can't see it, but it's through there. So we're back on the route we did earlier, pretty much. We walked along the stream a little bit on that bit, that's why you can't tell, Zoe. But remember walking up these steps?
up them or down them.
Up them. We walked this way to the top of Moel Siabod. No? No. No. But see if you viewers remember these steps from the beginning. But I definitely remember them. So that means that little gateway bridge that Zoe found earlier, that I thought we wouldn't be able to cross, we should be coming up on that very soon. You don't remember walking along this?
Maybe.
But we're on the 6 hours ago. So 6 hours ago we started this walk. And we have had a lot of breaks. Not like loads and loads of breaks because we're tired, but when you're making a YouTube video, I put the camera down, walk away, come back, pick it up, and obviously we've done that for a few different shots. Now Zoe, I think we go down here now.
No, I do remember this now.
You do remember it now. Brilliant. I knew where to go then, I was just testing you. thought the scrambling was over. You alright?
Yeah. Just getting my foot right.
Show my hand? Oh, just take a finger. So just down there should be that path.
Yeah.
And the bridge.
There's the hotel.
It's a lot quicker on the way down, obviously. But like I said, we spent a lot of time taking photos and making videos, having lunch.
Taking in the view.
So if you wasn't to do that, you'd probably do it in 4 hours, 5 hours.
Yeah.
But why do a walk like this if you're not going to
Enjoy it.
sit back and enjoy it and take in the views and make some videos? Yeah, you remember this, Zoe?
Yep.
It's all coming back to you?
Yep. Coming back to me as soon as we've got round that bit.
Okay. Right, let's just see if we can actually get across this, Zoe. If they say no, I'm just going to climb over anyway. Oh, I caught myself. The damn roots.
You okay?
Yeah.
You hurt yourself?
I stretched my knee out a little bit, but I'm alright.
You okay?
I'm okay. And there's me saying, oh no, I can't get through there, there's lock gates. There's not even a gate on the other side. No, I mean, look, there's not even a gate on the other side. Will you close that for me, please, Zoe? Oh. Do you have a little swim? No, let's go and get dinner. So we are back at Zoe's car. And look at that. Don't know if you can see it right in the distance. That's what we've just come down from. So we have just arrived, but there's a huge queue here for food. About 40 minutes. There's a huge queue over there for pizzas. Queues everywhere. Queues, fish and chip shops closed, which is exactly what happened last time I was here. So we're just going to sit down, have a drink, and then get out of here. Probably get some fast food on the way home. But thanks for tuning in. We'll see you on the next one.